Okay. Oh, shit. Are you still being an absolute bitch waffle? I think you're still being an absolute bitch waffle. Hey, okay. There we go. Boat. I don't even know. Oh, and now you are stupid. Ah, that's what happened. Son of a bitch. Come on. What the shit? This is asinine. This camera can't have died. All right. Come on, you stupid thing. Hello, thank you for the raid. We are trying to figure out technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. And now, can I get the music going? We can't stop the music. Beep. There we go. Hello, thank you for the raid. Someone do a shout out so I know it's know what you were doing. Yes. This is Doctor Who's the Chef of the BPL. Let's not do that. Yes, obviously, food and cooking and stuff happens. But since that involves A, planning something to cook, and B, dragging my entire setup upstairs, I really don't want to mess with it. It's Hamu. Why would you start with this? But here we have been working on Legos. And we are just about finished with box 2. And getting started, I think, today on box 3. It is lots of Legos. It is a stupid amount of Legos, and off camera, I have the Eiffel Tower. It's Hamu. Must you. Thank you for always looking out for the health of the streamers. Water is tea. And I am not in pro gamer position, so you don't have to worry about that. I actually do have a pip. I am creating a Lance of Mechs called the Beagle Combat Group based off of the Desir's dogs. So this is an Atlas based on Pip. So he gets a pet. I've also created a Snoopy. I'm really happy with how he's turning out so far. Hey Ed! How you doing, buddy? Yeah, sorry for that 5 a.m. lore dump. Hey, thank you, Cartuli. We really appreciate that. Thank you for stopping on by. Yes, I have. I'm probably going to acquire that because it's adorable. No, Ed, if you have any ideas for, like, NPCs or locations or ideas on how to fill in those factions, like, please, like hit us up. We want this to be a collaborative effort. So, for those of you wondering what Ed and I are talking about, if you do not watch Friday streams, Lady Red is creating a world called Shoal. A water world filled with weird fish people, and they have psionics and underwater mecha. Why? Because, shut up, this is the internet, we thought it was cool. A very, very good friend of mine has created a role-playing system that he calls Blood on the Lens, which is ostensibly modeled after schlocky 80. Yeah, Will the Great, you got me. Yes, I know the creator of the system. Like, he's actually a college friend of mine, and I regularly hang out at his house, and I'm part of his test table, which is why I am so obsessed with this, because it's fantastic. It's called Blood on the Lens, and the tagline, you can see, horror movie RPG. It is based on the schlocky, campy 1980s horror movies. Like all of those slasher movies and everything. And I thought it would be a really cool idea to do a write-up for Shoal. And we've got ideas coming in. And we'd love to hear ideas that you guys might have in the Shoal chat. Message myself or Lady Red. Because we're hoping to release this to you all soon. Let me read for you one of the things that... yes, it is called the Shoal Patrol. This is one of the things that I have read. This is a character. This is a character. No, it's not. It's General Shenanigans. This character exists in all of the official settings in the book. Finley West, entertainer. Clad in a pressure suit, Finley is a human, a rare sight on Shoal and a rarer sight in Echo's Reach. A man of many talents, but a master of scant few, or so he claims, the gregarious and affable man has made a name for himself among the locals, managing to fashion several Terran instruments that can be played underwater, playing Terran songs to amuse the locals, and learning Shoaly tunes at the Barnacle. And trying to experiment with the chef to make Shoaly recreations of Terran dishes like cheeseburgers or onion rings. The locals treat him with minor amusement, and some of the more open-minded delight in hearing the tales of his travels and what he has seen, though many give his hab on the outskirts a wide berth. Paying more attention to the occasional comment, remark, or observation by Finley about psionics and dreams leads one to believe that he knows more than he lets on. Finley claims to be dispatched by the Foresters to research, do outreach, investigate Echo's Reach. We haven't decided yet. And is just waiting on the latest orders before shipping out, though they never seem to come. He tends to be rather tight-lipped about explicit personal information, and seems pretty nervous around the Reach patrol force. I also wrote a Podland chef. I have not given him a name. To be named, or chef, as he is known to the locals, is the owner and head chef, rather, only chef, of the Boiled Barnacle. Always happy to feed a hungry customer, or lend a sympathetic ear to the occasional melancholy, Chef is the heart of the Barnacle. With ears to everything going on in town, there are a few rumors that Chef hasn't heard about. A lifelong resident of Echo's Reach, Chef inherited the Barnacle from his father, as his father did before him, and his father, but even before. Chef claims that the Reach's water is in his veins, and that he can't ever imagine leaving, saying that all he needs is right here. Chef thinks himself a friendly and helpful individual, attempting to give advice to the frustrated, fumbling directions to the lost, or accidentally dropping a rumor on the nosy. He loves his job. He loves his job and knows most all regulars' orders by heart. But this doesn't stop him from trying to experiment with new dishes. Just don't ask where he got the meat. So the during our write-up, and what a lot of the things in the regular books or in the regular settings do is this is the character who on the surface does all of these things, and then there is the potential twist. So he doesn't have to have the mystery meat twist, but he could. I don't know. It's your setting. Why does this keep happening? Because you keep watching, buddy. You have no one to blame but yourself. No, and Ed, it's not that he is or isn't an antagonistic forester. That's just what he claims. The director and the players might use him otherwise, but he exists there as a storytelling device. He exists in in Nowhere, USA. He exists in Grismore, and he exists in Black Post. All kind of uniquely twisted to small town USA, to fantasy. To Fantasy City slowly dying, to research outpost on the edge of the galaxy. Finley is a great character. No, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Then again, this isn't Shoal Chat, and neither is it me talking about what I've written. This is me building Legos, because that's what I've decided to do. Hey, chat, how are you all doing? Ocean liners isn't inappropriate for Shoal. What about the boat? The boat is doing really good. I have a character like that. She has a doctor, chef, potioner in my friend's Pathfinder game that retired to a private demiplane to sell magic items wherever it is narratively convenient to have a magical shop open up. Absolutely. We have 3 of the big names for Shoal, you included. Oh, thank you. I like to think that I'm just a random chucklehead who yells occasionally. Nice! Nice, man. What's going on in the campaign that requires you to fight on an ocean liner, Will? Also, I have an STL for a Space Battleship Yamato, and I need to buy a filament printer because I could resin print it, but that would take a lot of resin and the potential of warping. Classic Call of Cthulhu module Beyond the Mountains of Madness. Party just set off from New York on their long journey to Australia and from there Antarctica. Something, the Endurance. One of the last Lego sets that we built here was the Lego Endurance. Would I like a metric shit ton of STL files for World War I ships? Yes, sure. They're much better prepared for it than Shackleton. To be fair, I think Shackleton was about as prepared as he could have ever been, given the time and his knowledge of the situation. He just extremely underestimated Antarctica. Where did that... Right there. I am surprised at how much you know about the Shackleton expedition, man. Like the niche knowledge that everyone has is I love finding out about about like the niche esoteric knowledge that everyone is just like, wait a minute, you guys didn't know this? Proceeds to lore dump. I love how useful Lego has gotten with lightsabers. Like, in almost all of these Lego sets that we've built recently have had lightsabers. Okay. Yeah, I can see that lining up really nicely to a battle map. Floorboards. To be fair, we've taken out the carpets in preparation of getting hardwood floors put in, so we just have bare floors and old carpet pads. Uh-oh. I lost something. I found it. I'm gonna call that an oops. Music by Mad Ducks, everybody. No, I dropped the smokestack, which hit a brick, which flung off into the ether. You know, it would be it would be really hilarious if Ether was watching in chat and then all of a sudden donated 69 bits to make the make the stream bot say nice. Because that seems what he does. Alright, first time painting a new primer? Okay. Okay. What kind of, Kitty, what kind of primer do you usually use? Yes, I dropped a piece. Is there a problem with me dropping a piece? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I dropped a piece, which then hit another piece. Brush on stuff that came with the Battletech painting starter kit. Oh, excuse me. Give me a second.
Nice.
Not Ether, but nice. Alright, so when I first started out, I got this rattle can from Citadel. Pricey, but it gets good coverage, and if you just need, like, just plain gray, it's absolutely fine. When I was up with Aiden, he turned me on to Pro Acryl Black. Now what I very much like about doing it like that is that I also got Pro Acryl White primer. And what I have done is gotten... Yes, yeah, they're expensive, but, like, absolutely perfect coverage, absolutely perfect coating. What I did is I did this kind of thing. So I primed it black, and then I used the white to just kind of, like, really quickly go, boom. Yes, that's exactly what I did. And you can kind of really see it on this Tianzong. Like, it's really bright up here, but got really good shadows right down there. Same thing with the Enforcer. Yeah, I'm leveling up, and I very much enjoy it. So, the Victor and the Tianzong are kind of a joke between me and Aiden, because I brought along all of my Battletech stuff that I had painted, and was going to paint some stuff with Aiden as well while I was up there, and we had a lot of fun. We set up, and I dropped my my St. Ives Lance. In, I think it was 3025 Third Succession War era mechs. So it was Archer, Cataphract, Vindicator, and a Valkyrie. Managed to DFA with the Valkyrie, which did fuck all, but I DFA'd with the Valkyrie, and I hit. It was great. But the first game we did, we set up, and we started taking pot shots, and I'm just like, okay, I don't like that Victor, because that's got real good movement for an assault mech. It's got a real good movement profile for an assault mech. Has jump jets. And an AC-20. I don't want to fuck with that. So I had my my Vindicator take a pot shot at him. Turn 1, almost no other damage on that Vindicator. The most important part of the DFA is the DFA. Effect is second most important. So, almost no damage on the Victor. The Vindicator comes in and pops him with the PPC. Where does it hit? Boxcars. Alright, cool. That's all of the head armor gone. Alright, roll to confirm critical. Confirm critical. Okay, critical confirmed. Where's it hitting? 4. That's the cockpit. The first shot the Vindicator did in the game cooked the Victor pilot. And yeah, I'm not gonna get my... Is it already open? It is already open. Get back in your hole. And then Aiden was just like, here, it's your Victor now. You claimed it as salvage. So I'm just like, I don't want your Victor. And he's just like, too bad. You now own my Victor. So I'm painting him up a Victor as trade. When we finally got around to doing Ilkon era, because that's when the Tianzong comes around. We field the battle. My lance is all about the St. Ives Lance. We found models of pretty much all of the mechs that have stealth armor. So they're sitting in the back, their stealth armor's on. They're just like, yeah, come and get us. You can't hit us. And he fields the Rhino, which has a stupid amount of LBXs. And takes a pot shot at the Tianzong, rolls a through armor critical, and we started doing floating through armor criticals, because through armor criticals on the center torso is kind of dumb. Only on the center torso is kind of dumb. And he got two criticals. And first one hit stealth armor, and we're just like, wait a minute, okay, that means you re-roll. All right, re-roll, Gauss rifle hit, and he starts to re-roll again, and he's just like, wait a minute, no, Gauss rifles are fucking fragile as hell. So it's destroyed, and it explodes. Let me look up the rules for what that happens. And I'm just like, okay. And then he's, oh, it deals 20 structure damage to the torso. Okay, I have 16 torso and an extra light engine. Congratulations, you just destroyed my Tianzong on turn 1 with 1 damage. So I'm painting him up a Tianzong because he got it with Battlefield Salvage. This bat explodes. I do love this bench build. She's gonna do with that small laser. Through armor critical.
Oh, look what we got here. Looks like your friends are split, Urban Mech. He's a split. I suggest you use your movement phase to get out of armor. What you gonna do with that small laser, Herbs?
Why does Battletech suck? Through armor criticals. For the same reason it's awesome. Ow, my ear. We were just playing, we were playing what is it? We were playing kitchen table Battletech. We were just having fun. It was just machine gun ammo. Literally saw this happen at a free-for-all at a table at Gen Con. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Ow. There you go. The BattleTech, the BattleTech, the Catalyst game booth, and open play area at Gen Con this year was crazy full. Like, there was a lot of people there. I finally got to use the battle pods. I have always been wanting to use those battle pods. I really wish that I could just spend like 30 minutes, an hour in one of those things, just fucking around and having fun with it. But, it was so much fun. Turning it on, turning it on advanced mode, and then just going like, I have 5 minutes. I don't want to waste my time with this. Popped myself in an Atlas, and I'm just like, I'ma stomp ya. No, Stryker and I managed to find a couple of people who follow the who follow the YouTube channel and are familiar with Tex Talks BattleTech, and we passed out a number of Van Zant militia patches. No, the con was fun. I went there primarily to sell my friend's stuff. I was in a booth most of the days. Jesus Christ, that sales floor is loud. Will, I gotta do a Delta Green game with you at some point. You keep talking about it. You and Kings Row keep talking about it, and I'm just like, yes, this seems fun, and I keep not participating. Okay. The great, embotening. Stop that! Boots! Bag 28. Give it up for bag 28. Archon, when this is over, I will DM you a link to the Google Doc that Red and I started working on, the Blood on the Lens write-up. If you have any suggestions, edits, or additions, we'd love to get you involved. Okay. This is midships. This is the middle third. No, absolutely. The archetypes are going to be the archetype. I know that this is where it goes, so I'm just going to do it right now. The archetypes seem to be ideas where I'm kind of drawing blanks. It's like it's very Call of Cthulhu-esque, where it's just like, yes, you have abilities and stuff, but in the end, you're just a random normal dude. LRM-5, SRM-4, medium laser, PPC. Fairly certain that's what the OG configuration is. Please tell me how accurate I am, Kitty. But, oh, AC-10. Okay. Okay, so the LRM-5 was correct. Well, two of them. Okay, you can chill the hell out, Mr. Camera. No, so my only interaction with the Bushwhacker really is in Mech Commander, or Mech Commander 2, and I immediately stripped it of everything and just put in what I wanted, because that was the kind of system that game let you do. I just remember loving the Bushwhacker. We have Shadow Cat at home. And here we go. Bye-bye, fingers. God, out of all of the pieces, out of all of the Lego pieces, 1x1 tiles are the worst. So sharp and pointy. Why don't the... okay. So I gotta do this 4 more times. Because they couldn't be arsed to just say ×4 and then use the... Lego. Thanks, Brain, for saying that, completely forgetting you're next to a computer. Did you literally build something, Samurai? For, aligning 1x1s? Without destroying your thumbs? Needed it from Mock and I haven't restocked. Yeah, Bushwhacker is, Bushwhacker is like middle clan invasion, end of clan invasion. It's a 3050 mech. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm actually kind of hyped. I need to play Blood of Kerensky and all of, I need to finish I need to finish, Clan. And I need to do the latest, DLC for, Mercenaries. I've got a headache. I can't go to heaven with a headache. I'll be all cross and wouldn't enjoy it. There, Arthur, you think you have problems. Yes, this guy's still half throttling me. But think about it from his perspective. My, this is a non sequitur and a half. My mom was, we're out at dinner, and my mom was describing plans that she wanted to have later this year that involved us going down and visiting family in Georgia. And she said the line, we'd love to have you, to my brother and I, to come along, because sometimes just work schedules just don't line up. And my dad, ever the dad, just said the line, love to have you. And me, with a mouthful of food, nearly choked to death, because I knew exactly what he was referencing. There is a, thing that exists called the Christmas Dragnet. And for those of you who might not know, Dragnet is an old radio program that was like a police procedural, and the Christmas Dragnet is a parody of that done up about someone not believing in Santa Claus. St. George and the Dragnet, yes. And then I, after almost dying because of something my father said, turned to him and said, turned to him and, said, should I bring a relish tray? With carrots, celery, scallions. You know, most folks call them green onions, but they're really scallions. He finished it, and I said, how'd you know? Just a shot in the dark. Oh, man. We listen to it every Christmas. It's so funny. I don't think she understood what we were getting at. Well, I'll see. Well, I'll see. You know, the missus and I would love to have you. You know, we do up a little relish tray every year. You know, carrots, celery, scallions. It's just... I love it so much. It's such a good bit. Yeah, do you post them in the BattleTech chat? No, what I love about the BPL and the Aux is, like, yeah, there's people who are much more talented than us, but instead of just being like, oh, that looks absolutely crappy, we're all just like, hey, that looks really good. We can tell you really tried and are improving. Yeah, send them to Parallax so you can get viciously complimented. What is it? Yeah, submit. Archon, those are suggestions. Those are suggestions. Those are not the only ones. Those are just suggestions, and just like, man, I don't know what I'm afraid of. Boom. Okay, I guess I'm afraid of the dark. Like my my prodigy character, I was afraid of losing control of my power and hurting someone, and my motive was gaining more control over my telepathic ability. Another one of our characters, her fear was being forgotten, and her motive was finding something to cure her cancer. Ah. I see. Kitty, I've got a magnifying glass with a light on it. Here is your lollipop. I missed something. Aha. This is what I missed. All right. Ow! All right. Don't knock over your beer. Oh, come on. There we go. Haha. The boatening. There was also a, there were 2,224 passengers and crew on, aboard the Titanic when it left Southampton port. And that is the end of book 2. Damn, she big! Now for the blunt end. Alrighty. I need 28. How dare you, Night Owl? How dare you quote me, say something stupid. Yes, I just got done with 28. Yep, 46. Hell yeah, kitty! Get that LRM. $38. $37. $36. $35. $34. $33. $32. $31. $30. $29. What did we learn? Rocks are heavy. And... Alright. Titanic. The unsinkable ocean liner. Though the RMS Titanic boasted many advanced safety features, outdated maritime safety regulations dictated that the liner only needed to have 20 lifeboats on board. Just enough for 1/3 of her crew and passengers. When she collided with the iceberg that hit at high speed just before midnight on April 14th, 1912, and quickly began to sink, the lack of lifeboats ensured only 710 people survived, while more than 1,500 perished. As a direct result of the tragedy, new wide-ranging international safety standards were introduced, many of which still in force today. Samurai, back me up on this. When we started this journey, you yelled at me for perpetuating the myth that, oh no, the Titanic didn't have enough lifeboats, blah 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 blah. The regulations at the time were, or the regulations and doctrine around lifeboats at this time were, oh, there should be another boat within... It had enough for the prevailing doctrine at the time. There should be another boat within easy distance. There should be a boat within... Another boat within easy reaching distance of the vessel to come to its aid, and the lifeboats were just transfer vessels, not survival vessels. They were supposed to just bring you from one boat to the other, and then go back and forth. I'm just finishing up breakfast soup. Now, we may not have ever known what would have happened if that one boat that thought, oh, hey, she's on her maiden voyage and lighting off fireworks. I sure don't need to go and investigate. But a lot more people probably could have survived. Presumed location of the disaster taken from the Carpathia. Literally right here, the Carpathia. You got the CA right, which picked up survivors from the Titanic. A telegram transmitted from the Titanic to the Burma. Burma! What do you say Burma for? I panicked! We have struck iceberg, sinking fast. Come to our assistance. Position, blah-da-dee-blah. Yeah, the Carpathia. When the critical assumption behind the use of lifeboats versus transfer boats is that there'll always be a ship nearby to facilitate evacuation, it sure helps when the nearby ship actually responds to the distress call. Impressive scale. Shit! At its launch, the Titanic was the largest man-made vessel ever constructed. She was over 882.9 feet, 269 meters long, and measured 145 feet, or 53.3 meters, from top to of her hull, bottom of her hull to the smokestacks. Likewise, the Lego version is the longest Lego model created so far and one of the most intricate. Carpathia. Right? The Lego version of the Titanic is built at 1 to 200 scale, the same scale as the Lego architecture Statue of Liberty. Titanic was 11 times as long as the blue whale, the largest animal ever known to have lived on Earth. Excuse me, I have a banana for scale. Banana for scale. Nice. Okay. So, that's actually kind of very impressive. And I mean, sitting like right about there in the water. No, that is... It's crazy. It's crazy that both of those sets are in the same scale. That just shows how big the Titanic is. Banana. Both of those are at 1 to 200 scale. Oh, no, not talking about who rescued. I'm talking about... Oh, yes, the Californian definitely was... Yeah, I recall that being very close to the location. No, that is impressive. So, this is the front door of the Statue of Liberty, you know? So, like, small wheel-beady people go in there. Small wheel-beady people on the boat. That's a big boat. Holy shit. I love that they called out that the Statue of Liberty is also in 1 to 200 scale. B, I love how they compared it to... Not actually the front door. All right, mister, I live there. All right, like, ruin my illusions, why don't you? A, both of these sets are in the same scale. B, they called it out and have an example of it right here. C, that I actually have the set and can compare the two. Holy shit. Oh, they closed the crown off? You can't even go up it anymore? Safety concerns, or is it structural integrity? I know that the arm, you used to be able to go up. Yeah. 9/11 ruined everything. Funnel and engine room. Lame, no fun allowed. In this section of the model, narrows as it tapers towards the propellers and rudder at the stern of the ship. You will also build the model's final funnel. On the rear Titanic, the funnel was not connected to any boilers, but was included in the design of the ship to make it feel more beautiful and complete. And it also was ventilation. Shit, yeah. And it was also ventilation, letting air get down into the into the engine room. Engineers don't need air. At the top of this section, you'll add the ship's reading room and some of the second-class cabins. I really need to work on cockpit dueling. Like I feel like cockpit dueling is like the one thing in painting that I haven't really attempted and or gotten better at. Put the scissors down. Engineers don't need air. Trust me, I went to engineering school. They lived on farts and Mountain Dew. That's what cocaine is for. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Trust me, I'm an engineer. I think I'll put this right here. What's this here for? Oh, an engineer put it there. And we've been too scared to move it. It's a coffee cup. Yeah, and? Okay, cool. I've put one plate next to another. You put one plate next to the other. Suddenly you're building up a boat. You laugh, but had that happen in the shop before. It's an engineered coffee cup. All right, Kitty, what happened with the coffee cup in the shop? Put one plate next to the other. Practically done now. I threw it on the ground. I don't need your Lego boat. I'm an adult. Engineer took a week off when we all danced around the coffee cup on the picnic table and in for repair and refurbishment, taking up parking space. It's like, do we need to move this? Hey, what's up, Pharisees? How you doing? Doc, know what? I've had. Is this the 6th or the 7th? I can't remember. I may have titled it the 6th, but it might be the 7th. After this, we're going to build the Enterprise. You know, I find it absolutely hilarious that I go off of digging through the VODs of the previous stream to find the stream count, rather than keeping any sort of internal counting doctrine. Like, I do not have a piece of paper written with stream number. Shut up. I don't care. The Enterprise. I love how I'm still using the Fortnite Brickheads gift with purchase as a stand for my Lego streams, and I still haven't built it. Excuse me. This is 29. This is bag number 29. There we go. Okay, so what else do I need? I need yellow! Hey girl, you want yellow? She don't want yellow. You want blue? Blue and yellow? Ron, your tail is small. What? Flick, flick. Hey girl, you want some fuck? No. Swiggity swooty. What is absolutely hilarious about that clip is they are both males of that same species. And it's a like a dominance thing that they were going on, and someone was just I'm gonna give it a crazy frickin' voiceover. You've never seen Night Owl, you've never seen this? Let me smash? Becky, let me smash. No, Ron, your tail is small. Huh. Becky used to think my tail was big. Becky used to let me smash. Now Becky's smashing Ben. Ben is a hoe. I just posted it in your owl's nest. This is a nice stick. I like stick. Peck, peck. He thinks he's gone Coco. This is a very interesting piece that I don't think I have ever seen before. A Technicapsule with a break in it. Monday warrior, mean pride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. Oh, his mind is not for rent to any god, no government. Always hopeful yet discontent. He knows changes aren't permanent, but changes. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. He's floating down the river on a raft with a black guy. Cartman, what the hell are you talking about? Cartman, that's Huckleberry Finn, not Tom Sawyer, you asshole. No, I read Tom Sawyer. I read Tom Sawyer. That means I get to be Geddy Lee. I love how I just covered that up. Interesting. So I'm not going crazy, but the band Rush, attention Doctor Who, for the BPL newsletter, I ask one thing. Please get with Will and do a write-up for Round Meal. This needs to be documented. Absolutely. Will, are you free after this stream? Sir Tex, in 1 hour, I will get with Will the Great, and we will document Earthmeal. And that, my lord, is how we know the Earth to be banana-shaped. Mr. Tex, I am one step closer to that than you might think, because I managed to make rectangle pizza. School lunch rectangle pizza. Totino's can suck it. I'm actually very surprised at how well it turned out. And if anything came out of it beneficial to myself, it's that I now have a really good pizza sauce recipe. The Titanic's electrical plant was capable of producing more power than an average city power station at the time. Also, Mr. Tex, the Titanic, the Lego Titanic is in 1 in 200 scale. Another Lego set that is in 1 in 200 scale is the Statue of Liberty. That is, those are both to scale. It is big. It is heavy. The build has been surprisingly faithful, at least to the externals. And the cutaway sections have been very aesthetic. Yeah, I'm not messing with this. This is already big and unwieldy, and I don't know where I'm going to display it. It's held together by a lollipop. No, it essentially is held together with a lollipop. There's a long Technic axle with a construction on top. Mr. Tex, go handle your business! Oh! I have mechs for Aiden. They are based on his dogs. Atlas is Pip. Snoopy. Ladies and gentlemen, Tex of the Black Pants Legion. About 5'10", I think. I might be completely misremembering how tall he actually is. What's it? No, actually, genuinely, he's a very nice man. He is a very nice man who gives next to no shits about anything he doesn't care about. Hi, Zacchus! Text of the clones. Hey, what is it? Wilf, you were saying about the, propellers. 30, 31, 16 plus some smaller ancillary bags. Zachus, I keep doing this. So, the boat, the Titanic, is in 1 in 200 scale. The Statue of Liberty architecture set is also 1 in 200 scale. Banana for scale. Come on. Stupid chair not being on the frickin' mat and the carpet being absolutely fucking ass. I feel a song. All right, so we were talking about, or it was talking about how this was the largest ship, and then we were talking about how almost immediately afterwards larger ships came out. But, so at the time that the Titanic was constructed, and I've talked about this almost every single stream that we've done here, the Olympic, her sister ship, was also being laid down in the Belfast shipyards. And the Olympic, actually, was going to be the biggest ship. And, in fact, left the docks first. And was the biggest ship. Until Harland and Wolff, the ship's designers, decided to add about 15 meters or 10 meters or so of extra decking to the back of the Titanic to make the Titanic the bigger ship. They have the exact same hull. They have the exact same, specifications. They were built from the same ship plans. Just someone was just like, what if we put a bigger butt on that boat? And thus it was. And the Longest Johns made a song about the Olympic called The Pride of the White Star Line. And I very much like this song. In the Belfast yard where she was made of Harland Wolff design, the plan was struck to build 3 ships that funds would not define. The gantry raised up in a weight, a nameless line arose to make the journey to New York in record time, and so she's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. Olympic soon became a stamp, no finer ship did sail. Smoking rooms and Turkish baths and palm trees rail to rail. As sleek and striking as can be, with speed second to none. She left the dock in Portsmouth and showed the world how it was done. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. The Hawk was running long her side around the Isle of Wight. A swing to starboard up and took the helmsman by surprise. 2 holes were punched into her side and water flooded in. She staggered back to Portsmouth Dock and lived to sail again. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. Olympic soon... no. Titanic sank into the depths. Britannic joined her too. Through the years, Olympic kept on sailing sure and true. Missions out in open sea with U-boats in her stead. Damn near cut 'em clean in half and sank 'em to the bed. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. Well, every dog must have its day, and all good things must pass. Shipyards forged much bigger craft that dwarfed her in her class. The trips were few and fares declined, the world marched on ahead. They pulled her down in Jarrow Town, still striking till the end. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. And that is the Longest John's The Pride of the White Star Line, detailing the history and life of the Olympic, not the Titanic, but sister ship of the 3 ships. Titanic sank after hitting an iceberg. And when World War I broke out, the British Navy requisitioned pretty much all private vessels for military purposes and turned the Britannic into a hospital ship and the Olympic into some sort of a troop transport cargo vessel, and put guns on her. Samurai, I do recall that there is either a mock of this set for the Britannic, or is it the wartime Olympic conversion? There's probably one for both, isn't there? But the boat is there something I'm missing? Is it supposed to go up like this? Did I mess something up? That's not how that's supposed to go, is it? Ah. There we go. Anyway, as we were, no, because the boats are sisters, built literally from the same pieces. There are Lego conversions of both the wartime Olympic and Britannic. So yes, the Britannic got turned into a hospital ship and was sunk somewhere around Greece after hitting a sea mine. Can't remember exactly where, but it is around Greece. The Olympic served throughout the entire war and was returned to the White Star Line. Was returned to her owners. The one of the lines in the song, "Missions out in the open sea with U-boats in her stead." Like, there is a report, many reports, of German U-boats chasing the Olympic, and the Olympic running them over and cutting them in half. It was like, "We're gonna fire torpedoes at you," and the Olympic's just like, "Bitch, I'm a boat," and cut them in half. Like, how do you run over a boat in the ocean? I don't know, but the Olympic did it. This doesn't seem physically possible. That's exactly what he said as he was beating her, as she was beating him to death with his own skull. Not just a boat, a sub. You don't drive fast enough. They were significantly faster than the U-boat. The Olympic looked at the Olympic looked at the U-boat, and the captain was just like, and the Olympic was just like, "Ramming speed." Crew was just like, "What?" The captain said, "You heard me, ramming speed." No, with a boat the size of a national monument, how do you miss with a torpedo? Let's ask how to use sub captain. No, this is true. This is true. Something, 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 Lusitania, something, something, something. I mean, it's Lego, so the answer is probably yes. Will it be a good boat? The answer is no. It will not float. And then it got worse. Please, yes, post it in the chat. What torpedo on Sandwich Golf Course? Oh, they covered it up. Members woke up to find a new sand trap. I want to say McHale's Navy. Okay. Ooh. That does look really good. Got a hair on that LRM-5 fist right there. And that's just the picture, right? Yeah. Not all that, not all this, that link is correct, right? We can let that through. That link is kosher. All right, there you go. No, yeah, Kitty. The reason we were asking about that is just making the we can post the pictures. We just don't want to really post to like the Discord links. Which seems wild, but it's fine. Hello, Maze. How you doing, buddy? But how you did it, Kitty, is fine. The auto mod just occasionally has issues. Yeah, no, go ahead. Post that in like the BattleTech. Post that link to like the BattleTech thing in the aux, and also to like art maybe. That's really good. You did some really good work on the you did some really good work on the camo pattern. Like that camo looks really good. Maybe a little bit of bleed on the missile pod right there, but it looks fine. It looks very fine. I do like I do like the soot there in the in that LBX or that AC-10 right there. That's some very good soot. Whatever you did for the base, I love how it looks like the I love how it looks like the foot is sinking in. That's it, like you did some really good work on that basing. That is some good basing. It is quite based. This is a strange cooking show. Yes, it is. That is because I am not cooking. I am instead building a boat. Gonna basically just do alternating weeks cooking and Legos because it's a lot of work bringing... We're cooking with Legos, yes. A lot of work bringing and setting up in my kitchen upstairs. Also, like, creative juices for what to cook, you know? How to cook a chicken in the boilers. Kitty, do you have basing materials besides just, like, paint and stuff? Secret ingredient is cruise liners. Like, I have this small little gravel stuff. Looks really good. Mr. Parallax always rants and raves about mech scale grass and trees, but I don't care. I love this stuff. These like army painter shrubs look really good. And then on top of the battleground, I love putting like flocking. So it's like I got like dry scrubland kind of grass and snow. These containers are very prone to opening. You know, it looks like sand, fucking sand. I haven't painted the base, but this is kind of what I do with my flocking. Marauder 2. And I just think the shrubs just make it look more finished. You know. My Atlas, my Black Pants Atlas. First mini I ever painted. Night Owl was with me. It's not an Atlas. Let's have a beer. Oh, no, absolutely. I'm looking at like the first minis that I painted, and I've only ever painted like an extra 2 dozen after those. And I'm just like, oh man, I would do this a lot differently. Or I could change that. But then I look at them, I'm just like, I'm really happy with how it came out. It looks really good. Kitty, you are going to be your harshest critic. And quite frankly, the only person who has to be happy with how the mini turned out is you. Your bushwhacker looks fantastic. I very much like the camo pattern. Still on this one? Yes, Hippo. Yes, I am. We're nearing the end of it. Raul Partha Battlemaster. Oh man, that looks derpy. It's a good sculpt, but Jesus Christ, some of those early Raul Parthas are derpy. Yeah, but they were the only minis back then. This is true. This is very true. It's better than the Atlas that skipped Lake Day. Night Owl, I believe you have one of those old Raul Partha Atlases. Oh no, Hippo. Sorry about that. Sending get wells to your mom. Hope your mother starts feeling better quickly. I love the flames on that thing. Also, yes, those arms are incredibly way too tiny. My dad still has his plastic stuff. Okay, so it goes there. You go there. Where the fuck do you go? You go there. Okay, I guess. Fine. Hell just dropped on my ankle. Oh, I'll find it. And in the meantime, I know we have another one. All right. Which channel can be used to post recipes for cooking streams? In the aux, just ping me in recipes. Recipes and food pics in the BPL. I don't know, show and tell? Main? Probably show and tell. Oh, no, BPL Cooking Club in the opt-in channels. Or just DM me. Time for tedium. Tedium and monotony. Excuse me. Yes, that was a burp. We probably should set up like a food suggestion email or something. But that might just be too much work. One thing I love about the winter and being in the basement and not wearing socks is my toes are frickin' cold. Oh, buddy, that ship has sailed. He says, ironically, building a boat. Yes, but that would require me going back upstairs, and then bending over. I am on a carpet right now, like this little area that I have cut out of the basement to be a backup bedroom. When guests come over and kick me out of my bedroom is actually quite cozy. I just need socks. And to be a reasonable, functional adult, reasonable and functional adult, what's that? Someone who makes grown-up decisions about not wearing socks in the cold, cold basement. That's who. I've had this conversation with many people at work, and I'm sure many of us who live in snow-susceptible locations can agree with this. A lot of people talk about the milestones of growing up. It's just like, oh, you've graduated high school, you must be an adult now. Oh, you're off to college, you must be an adult now. Or you graduated college, you must be an adult now. Oh, you got married, you had kids, you must be an adult now. You started paying taxes, you must be an adult now. No, the marker in my own personal experience that makes someone an adult is when they see snow and go, oh, fuck, snow. Because when you're a kid, yay, snow! I get a snow day, and I get to play in the snow. When you're an adult, yeah, work doesn't care. You still gotta go in. You still gotta go in. You gotta clean the snow to make sure that you can get in and out. Yeah, I work at a gas station. Even if the last couple of times it snowed, all of my clerks called off, and I still had to keep the store open. All of these stupid people are just like, why is it taking so long to get stuff? And I'm just like, bitch, do you see any other people in the store? It's literally just me. Hold your frickin' horses. Like, I can't come into work, I'm snowed in, I can't come into work, I can't get an Uber. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. No, I can rant and rave about this. It's just this like, oh hey, we're snowed in. Or it's like oh everybody, it's a snow day. We're hungry. We need to go get food. Let's all go to the gas station. I'm a manager. I don't get the excuse, you know? It's like, I gotta be there. I was like, why is my food taking so long? I'm just like, I got one other person, and I gotta plow the frickin' sidewalk and salt it while it's actively still snowing, lady. Like, patience is a virtue. And or please go away. Oh my god. No, this last time we had snow. Like the night manager, thank God he stayed as long as he did. Because I was running around, I was keeping the store up, I was making what orders came in, and plowing the snow. Well, plowing, more like shoveling. And all of my clerks kept calling in. And then we had one girl came in. And I'm just like, oh my god, I am so happy to see you. And we started getting working. And then all of a sudden we get slammed with people wanting food. Like, all of our order screens just got filled up. And in the middle of it, this lady asks us, hey, can you put my chicken wings down longer? I want them extra cooked. And we're just like, no. He's like, well, why not? Why can't you just put them down? It's like, because we push a button and it goes down. We can't force it down. And it was like, well, cook it twice. And we're just like, no. Because, A, that's not how this works. B, do you see the line of people behind you? We're not doing special shit for you, lady. It's like the fryers are specifically calibrated to cook in a very specific manner. I do not care about your bitch fit. Now let me get back to cooking food. I mean, you didn't have to be so rude about it. It's just like, you didn't have to come in here. You didn't have to leave your house and then come here. We're at 350. This is probably going to be it. No, my personal favorite is like... It's like... I've got other people to deal with, lady. Like, I can't spend time on this. Oh, okay. Thank you, Bully Snake, for bringing that up. The customer is always right in matters of taste. Yes. So if you want to buy that ugly-ass hat and insist that I sell you an ugly-ass hat, I'm gonna sell you an ugly-ass hat because it's your money. and you drive the market. The other oft misquoted and misattributed quote is, blood is thicker than water. What blood? What blood is thicker than water? The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. That's the quote. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. What's the blood of the covenant? Pacts, promises, oaths, blood brothers kind of thing. What's the water of the womb? Your family, you know. Your promises, your word is more important than your family, kind of thing. It's often applied to like military and things like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that in 10 minutes. That's all. No, that's all just that's 2 bags. Up. Okay. This is coming along quite nicely. I have 15 and change bags left, and Mr. Tex ordered me to do something, so I will join you somewhere in the Legion after putting socks on and cleaning up, but I will see you in a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Doctor Who of the Black Pants Legion. Thank you once again for joining me on Lego Monday. We are... there are a lot of people leave out the rest of it. Jack of all trades, customers always... great minds think alike. Archon, what does... yeah, Jack of all trades, master of none, right? Great minds think alike, but fools rarely differ. Oh, okay, that's the rest of that? Oh, that's a burn. Oh, that's a burn. Oh, man, that's mean. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I've had a lot of fun. I've been ordered by the quartermaster to go do some requisitioning. And once again, with a banana for scale, there is the Titanic. Hello, Mad Ducks. I have a banana for scale. That is the that is the Statue of Liberty. Both of their scales are 1 in 200. Check cooking streams. I will. So, as I was saying, thank you so much, everybody. Oh, jalapeno grilled cheese. Habanero grilled cheese. That looks really good. Not gonna lie, that looks really good. Alright. Thank you everybody for joining me once again for Legos. Next week, I'll probably try and get some cooking done. Although I may be losing my I may be losing my Mondays because of a new work schedule coming out that will give me 2 days off in a row. I'm gonna have 2 days off in a row, and I am very excited for that. Get the promotion, yay! Have a great day, everybody. Go do something nice for yourselves or someone close to you. Enjoy your hobbies. Have a great day, and remember, everybody, to hail Cargonia.
Hold on.
Land of stolen things, obey the quartermaster, unless he's a ling. Miners don't die today. Cargo techs push freight. Our enemies in disarray. All hail Cargonia.
Get back to work.